A father stormed out of the High Court in Auckland this morning as one of the women who kidnapped his baby was discharged without conviction. Nadine Manukau Tongiavalu and her cousin Sydney Toulapapa pled guilty to kidnapping the 11-day-old baby girl from her home in Epsom last August. Ms. Manukau Tongiavalu, who was the baby's nanny, came up with the plot to kidnap the child and claim it as her own after faking a pregnancy for months. She coaxed her cousin, who was sentenced today, into helping her. Here's Sharon Brett Kelly.
The baby's father, who cannot be named, was emotional as he read out his witness impact statement.
I was woken up on the morning of August 9th to a parent's worst nightmare. Our 11-day-old baby had been kidnapped from our home.
He and his wife hired Nadine Manukau Tongiavalu as a nanny to help them rest and recover after a complicated birth. She had only been working for them for 3 days when their baby was taken.
About 7 a.m, Nadine burst into my room saying the house has been robbed. Quickly moving through the lounge, I could see the back door was open and our precious baby was not in her cot. The terrifying possibility that she was gone sent me into a panic, whereby I was trying to figure out and function in the horrifying reality that our baby was now missing.
After calling the police and conducting his own search, the baby's father says he remembered their home had CCTV, so he sat down to watch it with the police officers.
Like watching something from a horror movie, I saw a female wearing a balaclava creeping up our back steps, peering through the window and slowly opening the back door as to not make a sound. She exited the same door a few minutes later carrying some bags and the most precious thing to us in our lives. As she crept back down the stairs and around the front, I could see her use our remote control to open the sliding gate. And it was at this time I looked back down to Nadine and said, "Where's our baby, Nadine?" To which she replied, "I don't know." The look on her face, not knowing what we had captured on video, had me now convinced she was responsible and 100% knew who took her.
The court heard the woman in the balaclava was the nanny's cousin, Sydney Toulapapa, who pled guilty to the kidnapping last month. At her sentencing today, her defence lawyer, Annabelle Creswell, explained that her client had no idea what she was doing. She says Ms. Toulapapa's cousin Nadine, the baby's nanny, had faked a pregnancy months earlier. She had even held a baby shower. Nadine then told Ms. Toulapapa that she had put the baby up for adoption but now wanted her back. That's how she ended up helping with the kidnapping. Ms. Creswell says her client was just trying to help.
She still believed that the baby was her cousin's biological child when she entered the house, following instructions that her cousin had given her. And her intention was at all times to return it to her cousin.
Annabelle Creswell said her client should be discharged without conviction because at the young age of 19 she would struggle to find employment if convicted.
She is somebody who is gullible, she is too trusting, she was slightly scared of her cousin, and she's taken the steps that she's taken, really labouring under a misapprehension.
Justice Woodhouse said Ms. Toulapapa's offending, although serious, was not on the same scale as her cousin, who had pre-planned the kidnapping.
One other thing that is apparent from those statements is that the parents are in agreement with my assessment that most of the responsibility for the great harm caused to them were the acts and statements, the deceit to them of Ms. Manukau Tongiavalu. For all of those reasons, you will be discharged without conviction.
Before the sentencing was over, the baby's father stormed out of the court as Ms. Toulapapa was discharged. She was ordered to carry out 400 hours of community work and pay the baby's parents $2,000 if they are willing to accept it. Nadine Manukau Tongiavalu is yet to be sentenced for the kidnapping. For Checkpoint, Sharon Brett Kelly.